Hi again, part 2 of Darcy's tutorials, Darcy's new makeup look here. Looking at the eyes next, we've applied the foundation and the blush. I'm looking at the eyes next. I'm going to start off with my eye primer here. Now the eye primer is an opaque liquid that just is going to extend the life of your eyeshadow really nicely. The other thing that it does is it actually saves you quite a bit of product in application, because this actually will brighten the color of your shadow, so you don't need to use as much. Where you would normally, without primer, you would normally be putting on maybe 3 or 4 brush strokes to get the same effect. You'd only need 1 brush stroke over top of the primer. It just really catches it and grabs it. So now before we look at the eyeshadow itself, I want to look at your brows. So brows are so important to take care of. Brows are really challenging to do when I'm looking at a camera like this. So I've got my mirror here. I'm going to try and make sure you can see that as well. Now for the purpose of time, I'm only going to do one side here, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just shaping my brow. Making sure that your brows are groomed, nicely shaped, and filled in is one of the things that will make you look so put together. It's just unbelievable. Okay, so the brow pencil and gel from Younique are actually on special this month in April. So it's something that I would definitely recommend you take a look at. They have a free gift that's coming with a big set, a free gift of eyebrow stencils, which is really, really nice. So check it out. It's a really great deal. I'm so excited for that. So what you're going to do here with the pencil is, this is a very, very, very fine pencil, as you can see. It's very, very small, with the purpose of mimicking the hairs in your brows. So you can go ahead and just take your time, and do take your time when you're doing your brows. The brows are not something that should be rushed. You're going to shape those brows there around the natural shape, and just make sure you've got a nice smooth line on the top and on the bottom. And then you just fill it in. You just kind of brush strokes like this. There you go. So you can see here that my brows are pretty sparse. Like, I'm naturally sort of a medium blonde, and so I dye my hair darker. So I do use a medium. When my hair is the natural color, I use a light pencil, but it doesn't look right with my darker hair. So I use the medium. For you, I think you should probably use medium as well. Now the gel is next. There's quite a bit of a difference between the light and the medium, so that's why I would recommend medium. Now the gel is just a tiny, tiny little wand. Now this allows us to sort of shape our brows a little bit with this wand, and the gel actually has tiny little fibers in it, just like the mascara does, that catch on to your hairs and your brows and actually makes them look a little fuller. So for someone with sparse brows like me, the pencil is doing a nice job to shape and fill in to begin with, but this is what really, the gel is what really makes it look healthy and natural. So there we go. So there you are. So you can see the huge difference that the brow makes. Now I'm going to go ahead with the makeup next on my eyes. So for you, I think because you like makeup, you use makeup regularly, and you're just looking for some new looks, the thing I would recommend for you is our palettes. We have 3 beautiful palettes, and each of them come, now I've chosen palette 3 for you, and this one is actually the first one I got, and it's had a little wear, so you can see I've got a little bit of break in there, but it comes with 7 beautiful colors. They blend beautifully together. All 3 of the palettes are really, really nice to just create so many different looks. So you can go really simple with this and just do a matte eye. You can, add a couple different shimmers. You can do different shapes. So I'm going to start for you with a very basic look for day. And later on, I had another person who actually requested that I show them how to do a smoky eye. So I'm going to use the same colors in that video and show you how you can kind of take that day look to a smoky look. So we're going to start with a day look, and in this look I'm going to use Determined, which is a matte, sort of a pretty lilac gray. I'm going to use a little bit of Smitten, which is a sparkly, sort of a silvery color, and then I'm going to use a little bit of Cheeky as well in the crease. So I'm going to start with those 3. So the Determined, oops, I got the wrong brush here. I'm going to apply it with a Deluxe brush, and the Determined I'm going to apply all over my lid. And once again, I'm just going to do the one side here just to save us some time. So the Determined is just a really pretty base color. There we go. So all over the lid and up onto the brow bone there. Now I'm going to use the Smitten to highlight above. So I'm going to highlight right underneath my brow, which is going to, again, lift my eye up a little bit. A little bit of sparkle is going to brighten things up a bit. I also use just a tiny bit inside here. Now, I never did put concealer on under my eyes in my original video, so I'm just going to do it right now just because I realized I forgot. So the concealer in Scarlet is what I'm putting on here, and that's just my poor under eyes. I do sleep. It just doesn't look like I do. So there you go. And lastly, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply the Cheeky, which is the deeper sort of pretty purple color. And I'm using, instead of the Deluxe brush, I'm using the crease brush. The difference there is that rather than being a little bit flatter and round, it's round. See? You see the difference there? So I'm adding just a tiny bit on the end. Blow it, tap it, just so that you don't have a lot of excess. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to shade it. So you find the contour in your eye where that brow bone hits, that crease there, and just do that. Da, 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 da. There we go. So you've got a little bit of color in your crease there. See how that works? So this makes a really nice day look. I'm going to go find my sponge. And what I'm going to do with this sponge is I'm just going to blend it. So give me 1 second. Forgot that brush. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to use a sponge brush. Our sponge brush comes with a nice angle on the other end as well. So it's a really, really useful brush. So the sponge is just going to blend that in a little bit. You don't usually need to blend too much with a crease because the crease brush really does a nice job of putting it in there. So there you go. So a really basic look with a little bit of sparkle in that purple, not too dark. You know, it's just a really nice basic eye. So from there, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you a trick with the Pristine pencil. Before I do that, I'm going to go to the next video. We're going to look at the eyeliners and we're going to look at the lips in the next video. So part 3 coming up. Stay tuned.